Hello and welcome to Maths with Jay. Here we're looking at factorising algebraic expressions completely. So here we've got the expression 20d squared minus 15d. Well, you might look at this and think, I can see the two numbers have got a common factor. Let's put that outside a bracket. So we put 5 outside the bracket and then multiply that by 4d squared minus 3d. And what we've done there is we've factorised, but if you look at the bracket, the two terms inside the bracket still have a common factor. They both have a d in them. So we haven't actually completely factorised. What we should have done is have a look at the letters as well. So we can see there's a d in common as well. So our common factor to take outside the bracket is 5d. And then we can see we need to multiply 5d by 4 to get the 20 and d to get the d squared. We need a minus, and then to get 15 we need 3, and because we've got 5 times 3 that gives us 15, and the d will give us a d. So we've got 5d times minus 3 gives us minus 15d. So let's have a look at another one. So here we can see that we've got a common factor when we look at the numbers. So 3 divides into 9 and 21. And the letters, well, y and y squared have a common factor of y. So now we open a bracket and we think about what do we need to multiply 3 by to get 9. Well, that will be 3. And 3 times 3y gives us the 9y. And then we're going to add on. 3's into 21 goes 7. And then to get y squared, we need to multiply y by y. So 3y times 3 is 9y, and 3y times 7y is 21y squared. Let's have a look at another one. So here we look at the 18 and the 27, and remember we're looking for the highest common factor. So it's not enough just to say that 3 is a factor of 18 and 27, because if we used that, then we wouldn't have factorised completely. We would have factorised, but not completely. So looking for the highest common factor of 18 and 27 gives us 9. And then looking at the letters, their highest common factor is p. And then inside the bracket, we need to multiply 9 by 2 to get 18. We've already got the p there. So that gives us 2 times 9p is 18p. And then we're going to be subtracting. We will need to multiply 9 by 3. So that will give us the 27. And then p by p to give us the p squared. So 9p times 2 is 18p. And 9p times negative 3p will be minus 27p squared. Let's have a look at one with 2 letters in this time. So this is a bit more complicated, but if we just do it bit by bit, it will be straightforward. So to start with, let's just look at the numbers. So we're looking at the highest common factor of 24 and 16. So that will be 8. And then let's look at the m. Well, we've got m squared in the first term and m in the second one, so they have an m in common. And similarly, when we look at the n, there's an n in the first term and an n squared in the other one. So we'll have an n coming outside the bracket. So that's really the hardest work, deciding what to put outside the bracket. Inside, first of all we look at the number, so 8 into 24 gives us 3. And then we can see we need to get m squared, but there's only an m outside the bracket. So at the moment, if we multiplied 3 by 8mn, we need to get 24mn. But because we want 24m squared times n, we need to multiply by an m, and that will sort that out. And then looking at the other term, to get 16, we need 2. And then we've already got the m there, but we need to multiply by n to give us 16mn squared. And now we'll look at one where we've got some higher powers. So we've got 48 times a cubed times d to the power of 5 minus 72a d squared. So let's look at the numbers first of all. So we're looking for the highest common factor of 48 and 72. So that's 24. And then looking at the a's in each of our terms, well, we've got a cubed in one and a in the other. So the highest common factor for that will be a. And then looking at d to the power of 5 and d squared, the highest common factor of those will be d squared. So now we can open a bracket, and looking at 48, well, we need to multiply that by 2. We need to multiply the 24 by 2 to get 48. And then we need to multiply a by a squared. D squared we need to multiply by d cubed. So that will give us the first term. And then outside the bracket we already have a times d squared. So we only need to multiply 24 by negative 3 to give us minus 72ad squared.